You said Daniel was like a piece of clay that you wanted to mould. When you
Yeah.
were looking at him from the outside, or when you knew you were going to come into the team, what did you look at as where he could improve?
So his head movement, that was the number one. All it was, and Don said something to me actually, which I respect Don massively because he's such a knowledgeable guy, and I like sort of look up to Don as well. Like, and he give me advice, and he takes a little bit of my stuff as well. And all it was I looked at Daniel and I'm like, listen, he just comes in fucking straight lines, and his head's always there. It's not 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 here. It's always there. So I thought I need to add this into his movement. Like we'd say, jab, slip, slip. Or we said what Don says. He says zip, zip. Yeah, I say slip, slip, slip. So I'd like boom, bam, bam, bam to get yourself in. So you're moving your head, getting yourself in there. But if you watched Daniel Dubois last night, and I just been watching it right then before you rang, his foot movement was fucking great. And what everyone will say to you about the pads, what I do, oh, I don't stand still. I'm there, I'm there, I'm there. I'm moving around because if you were imitating a fight is never, you're never going to stand there on the spot. Even if you're a heavyweight, it's never just static. You got to be moving, you got to be moving. And what we did yesterday, Dana, was we seen that Joshua was going to look for the step back, backhand. He's going to walk him into it. That's what he was trying to. So when we had the feint, Joshua thinks he's going to go, so he steps back and cocks the backhand, and we're not there. So we're feinting, or we're going in and back out and back in. So it was two-phase attacks, you know what I mean? So, yeah, just everything what was adding to it. And, like, the thing is, Danny, is that Daniel Dubois is not even, he's just getting started. He's 27-year-old. As a heavyweight, he's a baby. He could rule, and I don't want to sound like I'm going OTT or Daniel, but we said it at the start. Daniel Dubois, he's got a controversial loss to Usyk. Daniel Dubois could, if he gets a rematch with Usyk or whatever, whether it be Fury or whoever it may be, he could be the ruler of the division for the next 5 years. You just don't know this, you know what I mean? This is boxing.
Now, let me ask you, fight week, Don was really ill. He had flu or a head cold or whatever. We know he was laid up in bed. Now, we knew that because Don's quite friendly with our owner and they speak and stuff. And certain few people knew that. But someone did an interview, I think it's since been taken down, alleging that Don's absence was because of some sort of fallout with Stan Dubois. You're seeing that interview or seeing the reports of it. What are you thinking at that point? Because you know it's wrong, but it's like causing a thing on fight week.
You know what? I'll be honest. Maybe it would never put us off, you know what I mean? Like, and I know that it come from a malicious person trying to put us off, but we're a strong team and we already knew what we're doing. And like, the thing is that you're fighting AJ at Wembley, you got to expect like AJ turn up late, or you know, there was all sorts of different things what you got to sort of deal with. And it's a great experience, and it was actually a mad experience. I had to deal with Daniel alone because obviously Don was poorly, so I do the public workout, and that's what it got it going. When I did the public workout, everyone was like, "Hang on a minute," but to be fair,
Don's changed.
yeah, that's it. Don's the Don. That's what I'm saying. He's the Don. He tells us what we're doing. You know what I mean? So yeah, we what's it called? He said, Kieran, you're more than capable of putting the pads on. Or you do it every other day. We did it, and you know, let everyone talk, and we just crack on, man. You know what I mean? We just crack on, do the business, and do the talking with a fist, and that's that.
What's it been like working with Daniel's dad? I've interviewed him, one of the few that has, for about an hour. He's a unique guy. Some people criticised him in the past. Some say he's the best thing since sliced bread. Like, the interview comments were mad. Everyone loves him.
Yeah.
What did you make of working with him? What's it like?
Hey, I could listen to him all day. He'd tell me about it. He said to me, "Oh, you're born in June this, that." It was so like, that means that
he did that in the interview. He got the chart out.
Yeah, I'm a Chinese fucking elephant or something. I don't know what the fuck I am, but it was good. You know what I mean? I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll take it, man. You know what I mean? But no, Stan's a good guy, and he's been good to me, and he gave me the opportunity to work with Daniel Dubois, and I can't say a bad word about Stan. He's a good guy, and I'll tell you one thing, Danny. I'll tell you this from my own side of things. There's a quote. It says, "A father's disappointment is very powerful too." Yeah. Now, I can resonate with that because if I was sparring, I remember sparring Chris Edwards. I'll tell you a story. Chris Edwards, who's passed away. I sparred Chris Edwards, who was British champion.
Yeah.
And I'll pummel him all over the ring, yeah? I'll pummel him all over him. And then I did shit in one round. I must have had a round off or whatever. And my dad went, come on, son, like that. And can you still see me there?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, mate. Someone ringing me, that's all. So he says, come on, son, like that. But I heard him, like, a bit of disappointment in his voice. And then when I heard that, I thought, fuck this, I'm going to get stuck in now. So I got stuck in just because I heard my dad. I felt like my dad was disappointed with the way I was sparring or whatever. So when Stan's in the corner and he says something like work or feint, or he will take it gospel. And
well, you can actually see him during the fight kind of nodding down to him now and again to say, yeah, I've got it, I know, or whatever, you know.
See, Stan knows himself. That's probably not a good thing as well, though. When he's looking at his dad in the corner, because I remember Stan saying yesterday, "Don't fucking look at me," he said. You know what I mean? You got to keep your eye on the ball. Everyone knows that in boxing, but you know, it's good that he's in the corner. He's got a powerful voice, and you know, I noticed that, you know, the first time we all worked on the Jurgovic fight, it was a fucking free for all. It was just like, let's get over the line. But when we come back, I said to Don, I said, listen, Don, whatever I've got to say, when I say to you in the corner, then Don's just going to fucking relay the information of what I've got to say and what he's got to say to Daniel. And that's the way we worked yesterday, and it fucking worked great. I never got involved. I thought, I don't need to get involved now. You know what I mean? And to be fair, for the fucking first round, we didn't need to get involved anyway. It was job done, you know what I mean?
Joshua's trainer, Ben Davison, in the build-up said something, I'm paraphrasing, but said something along the lines of Daniel's style, or the things he's not so good at, plays into Joshua's hands. He thought it would go early, which it did, albeit not his man's way.
Yeah.
Did you hear those comments before your camp? And if so, did it play into like motivation or anything?
I heard nothing, Daniel. I didn't take any sort of interest into listening to what anyone's got to say. I just knew what he was going to do. And it was clear to see what he was going to do because of the way the last two fights played out. Daniel got caught with fucking 45 backhands in the first 3 rounds of the Jurgovic fight. AJ knocked a guy out and Ngannou with a clean backhand. And everyone's like, oh, AJ's backhand. So we knew the one shot they were going to be looking for. And also, I was talking to Francis Warren yesterday, and he said maybe they're going to look for the left hook because Daniel likes to put his head down with the right hand, but we take the head off line. When we throw a right hand, we'll take the head off line. You don't keep your head static to get caught. When you're throwing the backhand, you bring your head off line. Yeah. You watch that shot, what he knocked him out with. It's there. You know what I mean?
Did you expect it to end as early as it did?
Mate, I told you. I've got a message here. I can send it you. My mate texted me and said, what round? I'm like, bro, rounds 4 to 8. Rounds 4 to 8. I said, rounds 4 to 8. I said, and I wouldn't be surprised if it went in the first. My missus overheard me. She's looking at me like, you fucking crazy. AJ in the first. I'm like, listen, Daniel Dubois is different. And, you know, look at his record. He can, honestly, he touched my chin. He touched my chin with the same shot what he got Joshua with in the first round. You know, overhand right. We were doing that for the Jurgovic fight, yeah? So I was like, look, bro, you got to throw it over like this, yeah? So anyway, Daniel's not really paying attention. He's got over and he's got me on the chin. Oh my God, my leg's stiffened up and walked off. I out my hands out like a zombie.
Yeah. When he dropped him early in the fight, did you still think it was going to be rounds 4 to 8, or were you thinking it could be even earlier here?
Well, I knew that it could be any time, but then the same is that a wounded animal is at its most dangerous. We had to be careful. He had to stick to the game plan with his feet, make sure his feet and his hands up. You know what I mean? Because AJ, boom, he caught him. He caught him with the backhand. And when he caught him, Daniel was then the injured animal. And that's when we got him. You know what I mean? Because AJ was like, fuck, I got to close the show here now. And as he did that, boom, he walked into it.
And end of round 3, AJ was in a lot of trouble against the ropes, taking a bit of a pounding. The referee waited until he went down and issued a count. Were you thinking in the corner it could be stopped there?
Well, I think, is that where the referee, there was one time where the referee went like this, But it was on
Oh
about
no, that was the no
knockdown.
knockdown. Yeah, no. This was the end of round 3.
Yeah.
He's beating him up against the ropes, taking a lot of clean shots. I thought the ref was going to step in, but he waited until AJ went down to a knee and issued a count instead.
If he did that, it would have been controversial. You know what I mean? If he did that, they would have been like, he shouldn't have done that. It's the end of the round. He had a minute to recover. So I'm glad the way it all worked out. I'll be honest, like, it couldn't have gone any better.
And in the probably about 1 second that it took for AJ to land that clean shot on Dubois before the finish, were you at all nervous at that point?
You're always a little bit nervous, but I'll be honest, like, you know, like I say, not saying that it's part of the plan, like you've got to be an injured animal to be at your most dangerous. But honestly, when you've got someone going, you've got to be careful because they can come back with that boom. And that's exactly what Daniel did, you know what I mean? And that shot, what he caught him with, he must have threw it a million times. It's his backhand, man, you know what I mean? But yeah, look, to answer your question, I was a little bit nervous. Yeah, I can't say I wasn't. I'm not going to lie to you and say I won because it's AJ at Wembley, you know what I mean? So we need to make sure that everything goes right, and thankfully it did. But, you know, look, honestly, Daniel Dubois is a wrecking machine, man. He can go through anyone like a hot knife through butter.